So I'm basically going to start off, I've logged into Kali, I've got my Android device. I'm going to connect 10.10.10.7. Okay, so this should spawn this up, should have a connection. ADB devices shows me that it's there. Clear. Here then I'm going to do my ADB shell. Now inside of here, and again you could do all of this back from the command prompt, but I'm going to go in here. So I'm going to com Android settings. Okay, it says starting this intent. This is the the thing that was started. So this is the app present. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of that that sidebar. Makes it a little harder to see. Oh, there we go. Just leave it like that. So over on here, my settings is actually launched. Good to go. Back over here, I'm going to do a similar thing. So this is AM start, Activity Manager start. I'm going to do -W to wait, and I'm going to interact with Android intent category, and the category is home. And the action that I want to do here is this specific Android intent action main. So here I'm going to do Android intent action main. Now, one of the annoying things about this, and you'll notice with my terrible typing, that there's no tab completion. There's no, you have to get the syntax right. So now, basically, it says warning, activity not started. Its current task has been brought to the front. Status okay. Here's what happens when I go back over here. Now I'm actually back to the home screen in terms of viewing this. Okay, so I can also look and see I have settings inside of here, and I have some other apps that are present on this. So I've got my my different contacts, and I've got this app with all my different contacts that are there. I can go and see the contacts that are present. But this is just basically the stuff that's there. I had my settings up earlier, and this is part of the view that's there. And if I go back over here, I can basically just force it back to the home screen this way. Okay, so I'm basically having the actions. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, so AM, and this I want to start the Android intent action view. And this, what I want to do is open up the URL of http://puppywar. I always get that wrong, whether it's plural or not, sec575.org. Okay, so this says go ahead and open up this view, leveraging the URL of http://puppywar sec575.org. And going over here, because I didn't call something explicitly, it says, well, user, which do you want to use? Do you want to use Chrome or do you want to use Firefox? Okay, so this is triggering the action, like the user clicking in a URL in an app somewhere, but the activity manager is actually working with this. So does it care which one you do? So choose Chrome, and then we'll open it just once. Now, if I open it just once, it opens it up, that's fine. If I go back over here, run this again, go back over here, open with Chrome. Now if I pick always, so I have two tabs associated with this. If I pick always, now subsequent requests should actually be handled automatically, because now there's a preference present in the user's configuration that says anything that's a request for URL with HTTP, send it to Chrome automatically, because I don't want to be bothered by this anymore. I think that most users are going to choose that always, like stop bugging me, just do it, right? I mean, I personally always pick just once because I want the interruption, which is sort of an extra layer of like, before I open this, I need you to verify that that's actually what you want me to do. Okay, but most users are just going to go ahead and do that. Now, I can basically look at this in terms of the broadcast receiver. So with this, it says go in. I'm going to go into my Android device. Okay, and with this, I need to basically clear the history. So in order to do this, go in, trash can icon. Where is this? Start of here. Why am I not seeing this? Oh, that's why. Because I need to go into the Broadcast Monitor app in order to see it. Broadcast Monitor. Inside of here, I have my trash can. I'm going to clear all of the different broadcasts. This is something that is inside of your virtual device in order to see it. But in order for this to basically be observed, you're going to need to have this action. So here, what I can do is basically start to do various actions in terms of seeing triggers that are present. So I should actually see the actions in my log, but I'm not. So here now I have the actions. So I'm going to clear this, start the monitor, and then do additional tasks inside of here and see that the actions are there. So here I actually see this latest broadcast action is change state, ringer mode changed, state changed, being able to toggle on Bluetooth and so on. This will basically change the actions of what's present in my log, and then inside of this I have information in terms of the actions of what occurred for the various broadcasts that are sent. So then you can go through and look at the gory details inside of here. Wi-Fi state changed. This is the extra that was passed, extra vert Wi-Fi inside of this. See if there's anything else that's super interesting. Wi-Fi RSSI changed, relative signal strength indicators changed. That's the current relative signal strength. Here, my Wi-Fi state. I get actual Wi-Fi information associated with the IP address. I'm on 10.10.10.7 is my IP. This is the DHCP lease that came for me. WLAN 10.10.10.0. Actually, I would have to verify whether or not that's DHCP or static configuration. It's probably actually static configuration. So inside of here, it's actually static configuration, not a DHCP lease. And the way that I did that was I just went into the Wi-Fi network and long pressed the Wi-Fi account and then went to modify, which then tells me the configuration for this. So the question is, do the broadcasts go to every application? The broadcast goes to each application which has registered to receive that broadcast. Okay, and this is something that you declare in the Android manifest of, hey, operating system, I want to know about this. So it's a registration mechanism to get information on it. Then, once I've registered for that broadcast receiver, then the operating system will send that information to me. And then the following question is, does that depend on the permissions? It depends on the permissions, yes. And in some cases, like we were talking about earlier, in terms of the call log and the read call log information, the permissions related to that, where people were actually like tracking telephone numbers, it may be that you're allowed to get the broadcast receiver, but you're not allowed to get the extra, which contains the data. Okay, so if I go back to this, let me go find this inside of here. So inside of here, and it's in here somewhere, there it is. I'm going to zoom in on this. Give me that window back, there we go. So here we have extras that are passed. Now, it may be that the broadcast receiver doesn't have adequate permission to receive the extra stuff, and now then I can't actually see the extra that's passed, but I do actually get the receiver. So that would be a thing that you could test, is basically like set that up, register to receive the the broadcast, and then see if you actually get the telephone number. There's a way on an Android virtual device. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Not on this one. I think I still have some virtual devices running. So, okay, this is something totally not in your book, but I'm just going to show you this really quickly related to this. So I actually connected to the console interface on one of my Android virtual devices that was actually there. One of the things that I should be able to do inside of the console is to actually instantiate a telephone call and cause my virtual device. Sorry, I'm just going to minimize this because it'll be confusing. So inside of my console connection, I should be able to actually make a phone call. Come on, where is this? And apparently I can't remember how to do it. Anyway, you can, in virtual devices, you can actually trigger call actions. So I could set up broadcast monitor, watch this, have basically have that registered with that, trigger a telephone call, and then end up with a circumstance where it's like, I can see that the extra of the telephone call coming in is not actually passed on that. So that would be a way that you could sort of test and verify that sort of data. I'll figure out how to do that because it should give me authorization to do that. You can send SMS messages, you can instantiate telephone calls, and you can fake GeoIP type stuff, GPS type coordinates, and so on. So, any other questions? Yeah, question.
Could you repeat your example on fragments?
So on fragments, the idea of this is it's basically reusable code inside of the application that allows you to execute portions of that application. So it's one of the components of the Android applications.